Hello everyone, Lorenzo here. If you enjoy more in-depth tactical analysis of in-game maneuvers during fights, trying to catch your opponent by surprise, trying to win fights using strategy rather than brute force, you will enjoy this video. Many of you already are acquainted with my tactical briefings and I've been seeing in the comments that you appreciate them very much. So in this raid, I really went way more in depth about a classic flanking move that my teammates and I do very frequently, which really tends to work most of the time and is very effective. So if you're curious about that, make sure you stick around and watch the rest of the video. In addition, guys, as we're very close to 1,000 subscribers, I really encourage you to hit the subscribe button in case you haven't done so already. If you enjoy the content, if you're new here, if it's your first time here and you're planning to stay for more content, please hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing, makes a huge difference for me and allows me to do way more with my channel, especially when I get to 1,000 subscribers. As always, if you're looking for people to play, join my Discord, link is in the description, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. We can go straight or we can maybe rotate around the back and go via the lake. I'm not sure what is best. What extraction do we have? Villa. Okay.
Storage.
We could also directly cross the road. Because do you have long range as well, or?
Yeah. M110.
Yeah, so we would actually be in a pretty good position to snipe people if they come from Villa. Okay, so here's the tactical briefing for this raid. We're gonna show you exactly what we're planning to do in this raid and why we're planning to do it. So me and my team spawned right here, next to the grain center. We're a team of 4. We're 2 pre-made and 2 randoms. And so what myself and my pre-made teammate decided to do was to basically run alongside the southern road, right past the motel, cross the road and head onto the other side of the map and set up a position in this little forest right here, which is in proximity of 2 very important points of interest: the greenhouse, where the sniper scav spawns early in every raid here on farm, and the villa, which is also a very, very popular point of interest early on in the game here in farm. By taking position here, myself and my pre-made teammate have an advantage of surprise over the teams who spawn over here on the opposite side of the map, loot the villa, and then move on over towards the motel or the greenhouse. And this usually happens almost every single game on farm. As these teams, these enemy teams, move forward, will essentially be right here on the green mark, waiting for them and engaging them already basically at long range as they start to cross over towards us. And they won't be expecting us, and that's why this strategy often works. They simply will not be expecting us because we'll be here by the 30-minute mark or at the latest late 20s, and enemy players that spawn on the east side of the map usually do not expect us to be there that early. What also really helps is that our 2 other teammates actually have decided to stop by at the motel, which means that our back is also covered, so that we don't even have to worry about teams rotating up behind us. We can just check on our teammates' status at the motel, see how they do, see if they call out any enemies or if they die or whatever happens. We kind of have an idea of what's happening behind us, and with our backs covered, we can really prepare a good fight against whoever is spawning on this side of the map. Let's see how it goes. And this is good because our teammates are behind us, so if they die, we know that we have people behind us as well. Then we have some cover at least.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the range? Okay. Just gonna go to 100. Footsteps in front. Wait, was I hearing you? Oh no!
No.
One dead, one dead. Check this guy real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Cover you.
This is a real player. Yeah. Full tier
Really?
4 with Mosin. Yep. Yeah, the kit.
Another player coming from the tents. Okay, he tanked in the head.
Where is he? Like right side?
Yeah, right side, along the wall, behind the piano.
Oh, I see him, I see him. Is the sniper scav shooting at me or what was that?
Yeah, he's gone back towards Villa.
Okay. It could be a good idea to flank here. Change positions.
Yeah.
Right, guys, back to the tactical board to show you exactly how we would deal with this kind of situation. Now, as I already explained, we took positions here in this little forest, and our goal was to ambush anybody moving forward from this spawn. Now, one player actually made it quite close to us, and that's the first player that I killed right here. And that was the first kill. Then my teammate spotted another one basically back here, and my teammate essentially engaged him, and he shot a few shots back. And for now, what we usually do in this kind of situation, because unfortunately we didn't manage to kill him immediately, so now he knows that there's at least one of us here. Maybe he knows about both of us. And since he knows, for all we know, he could be relocating anywhere here on the map, potentially even going up north and changing position altogether. So before it's too late, here's what we do in this kind of situation. One of us, in this case it's going to be me, will stay here in our original position and will continue to look and put pressure on this player. This keeps this player's gaze engaged on our position. So whether he's here, or whether he's even starting to move away, if I look for him and I try to shoot him and I try to keep him busy, he is going to be concentrating on me. He's going to be concentrating on this area because that's also where he knows that we are. And most players have tunnel vision. Most players tend to either stay in the same position or they tend to look at the same position when they spot an enemy. We're gonna take advantage of this. And the way that we're doing this is that while I stay here and keep him busy, my teammate is going to do a covert flank by keeping under cover and staying out of sight. He will flank in this direction to then hopefully strike the enemy from the side without him even seeing where the threat is coming from. Now, this usually tends to be effective, especially against solo players or against smaller teams. Especially because in this situation, if our opponent decides to return the fire on my teammate, he then has to look at my teammate, which then gives me the opportunity to push forward to try and kill him. So this is what we're gonna try to do. Let's see how it plays out. You know what? I'll stay here. Keep putting the pressure on him here.
No, this is a player. This is a player. Tubes, like pipes.
Yeah, I heard the word ish. Oh, I see him. Straight north. Okay, last scene. Last scene right here. Green ping.
Yeah. Oh! Yeah. Okay, I need to change position. I'm getting fucked here.
Come back to me if you can. Come back to me.
Yeah.
We have some cover here. Yeah, he was on green. I don't see him anymore.
No, it was last I saw him. It was like a bridge fracture.
Oh, he went left. Okay, wait. Let's
Yeah.
check the road. I'll check the road then. I'm going down. I'll check the road from here. I don't see this guy anymore. Alright everyone, back to the tactical board to show you exactly how we're gonna deal with this situation now that there's a new added variable, a new opponent. So the first one is somewhere here, right? That's the first guy that we were fighting. The new opponent that showed up is somewhere over here. We spotted him right between the trees in this direction. And he engaged my teammate. My teammate was right here at the greenhouse. And I was still here. And in fact, as you may remember, as I previously explained, our plan was for my teammate to flank the first guy that we spotted, whilst I would continue to put pressure on him from my original position, hopefully catching him off guard, or maybe my teammate catches him off guard and we kill this guy. But now that this opponent is up and he is engaging my teammate, this move, it no longer works. The reason for that is because obviously if my teammate continues pushing forward here, he's gonna end up getting stuck between these two guys. And ironically, he is gonna end up basically in the same exact situation that we were trying to subject this guy to. So we lose all of our advantage in doing that we were trying to gain by doing that move in the first place. We no longer get that advantage. If anything, we will be at a disadvantage if he keeps pushing forward. That is the reason why I ask my teammate to retreat. So he comes back to my location. My location is still valid. And why is that the case? That's the case because, and this applies basically to any situation as such, I still have cover here. I've got cover up north, so I'm not visible from the road if I move between the trees or if I go to the lower ground. I've got low ground, and also to this side, there's a little wall, there's lower ground. So if he comes back, we're no longer visible. By breaking line of sight, so our opponents no longer have line of sight on us, by breaking line of sight, what we can do is we can prepare our next move in a concealed manner. This forces our enemy to do two things. Either they will stay where they are and they will try to guess our next move, or even maybe they will even just continue looking at our current location, or they will be forced to either push us this way to our last known location or to flank us. Their flanking options in this situation are either to come around this way, so they do this if they are a team together, or maybe only one of them does this, or either way they would have to flank us like this. But I mean, that's highly unlikely because if like there's an open field right here. This is all open field. So if they were to flank us coming from the east side, we would see them. So having analyzed all of that in a split second, mainly using our experience, what is it that we decide to do? The most logical course of action here is to be the first to flank them, and to do that from the north side of the map. So what we do, me and my teammate, we have to do what we call cleaning the map step by step. So what we do is first we go down to the road. There's a little cliff here. We go down the cliff together, and already we start scanning the road northwards. First of all, to make sure that we're not getting flanked, as I just explained, from the north, from the road. So then, as soon as we can check that we're not being flanked in the first place, we travel all the way to the north side of the map. And bear in mind, we do this while keeping as much cover as possible. We go through low ground, we go through containers, we go through trees, bushes, and we really keep our head low because we want, in a way, our enemy to think that we're still in our previous position. And so we keep our head low and we relocate right here. Now that we have this brand new position, we can start working. We can start scanning sector by sector, using also, the edge of the map as our cover, because, the edge of the map, the enemy cannot go here. So this is all good. Our back is covered by the edge of the map. So we start scanning like this, like this, like this, and we start ruling out the areas where we don't see them. By doing this, we will eventually find them and we will eventually figure out their position. If things go well, we'll end up behind them. They will be somewhere close to their original positions, somewhere here, hopefully still looking at where we used to be, and we can hopefully just shoot them in the back. But if that's not the case, if the enemy is actually rotating in this way somewhere up north, well then we'll just see them move in this area, right? So by doing this, we clean area by area whilst being extremely careful to keep as little blind spots as possible. So we work together to basically scan east and south and also southeast as much as possible. So we're two guys, we've got a pretty wide field of view. And essentially the concept here is that when you flank a team, you always take a little bit of a gamble that they will stay in their original position. Because if they stay in their original position and you flank, obviously you can then kill the enemy from the side, from their side, without them even seeing you. But of course, the purpose of this strategy is to take into account also the fact that they may be counter-rotating against you too. So by moving like this, we are both checking their previous position, but also potentially checking their new position. And so in doing so, we minimize the variables that we cannot control. Let's see how this played out. Footsteps on the other side. Probably a scav. Wait, I see the guy. Dead, killed him.
Oh, good job.
He was nading artillery. He was still where I saw him before.
Also, I got back. Okay.
Well, now we have options again because he's gone, but I guess we stick to the move.
Yeah.
Oh!
Is it the sniper up here?
No, he's dead. There's a guy. Watch out, there's a guy.
Okay.
He's north, somewhere north.
Got one.
Nice. I need to heal, man.
Whoa. Okay, artillery maybe. Also this one.
Okay, let's see. First, I need to watch my back here from north. Okay, let me check artillery. I'm hearing footsteps on the other side.
Yeah, maybe I'm...
Yeah. Right in front of me. Green container on the other side. I'm gonna nade. He's coming out of the red container. Coming out of the red container.
Oh, fucking scabs.
I gassed in the red container. I gassed him. He's hurt. He's hurt by gas.
Yeah.
He backed off. I'm nading him again. Yeah, you can try to flank that way. Oh, I can hear him in pain. Dead.
Yeah. Good job.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay.
Okay. 3 people down.
Is that a... Okay, and you killed one as well. That's both teams.
Yeah.
That might be everyone.
Yeah.
So they kind of understood our move, but it still didn't really help them.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to just go back and loot everything, or whether we should continue cleaning.
I don't know, we basically killed everyone, so maybe we're free to loot.
Yeah, I'm also level 3 in this.
Okay.
SVTU.
Okay.
This guy is also SVTU, tier 3. Bunch of SVTU boys. The guy you killed at the M24 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M60, M62.
Whoop.
Whoop.
I wonder if it was a 4-man or a 2-man or two 2-mans.
Or 3. Maybe they were all together.
Yeah,
because they didn't shoot at each other.
So even though we fucked up with the map, it was a really good raid. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
That was so much fun. Yeah,
pretty full of action.
Alpha million. 3 kills. Not bad. And that's it, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. As always try to gather as much information as possible before you plan any move in any raid, because you're gonna need information in order to be able to know what to do, and gathering information sometimes means exposing yourself a little bit more and really trying to find the enemy, even if it means that you might have to tank a shot or two. Most of the time it's worth it. This also often gives the enemy a fake idea of confidence that they can kill you, and makes them tunnel vision even more onto your original position. Before they know it, you've rotated around them and shot them in the back. So really, be brave out there, but also be smart. Be smart and really try to get behind your opponents using as much information as you can, and using the terrain and the layout of the map to your advantage. Don't forget to pack nades so that you can block your opponent's movement as needed. And last but not least, if you make a plan, stick with it as much as possible. Of course, unexpected things can happen and you will have to be able to adapt, but don't panic and don't scramble at the first challenge that occurs during your plan. Try to stick to the plan, try to work together. And with that final bit of information from me, I will leave it at that. I hope this helps you. If it does, again, please consider liking, consider subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.